is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and welcome back to the Fitcho career. It is round number 13, the Italian Grand Prix, here in Monza. Now, last time out, we were in a wet Spa on debut in Red Bull, and we actually performed really well for the first half of the race. We didn't really do too much wrong. We were competing with the Mercedes, and then we just sort of dropped off them a little bit. It looked like we were going to get a nice, comfortable third place, a podium on debut with Red Bull. But then the rain stopped, the track started to dry, and both me and Lewis Hamilton, we just got caught out on the strategy. We didn't really do anything wrong throughout the race, just the strategy didn't play into our hands on the day, and that dropped us to something like 6th place. I can't remember exactly, which was quite unfortunate. We did end up getting beaten by our teammate on debut. We were on course to beat him, but with the strategy, he did come back to beat us, which is slightly disappointing, so hopefully we can get back on equal terms with Daniel here in Monza. But this is going to be a tough race for us. Obviously, we have a Renault engine in this Red Bull, and that is not going to help us one bit here in Monza, which is a very fast track. It's lots of straights, it's all about your speed, and Renault is obviously the worst engine on the grid at this stage because Honda hasn't come into the sport yet because it's 2014, so we're really going to struggle. I'm pretty sure we're going to be behind the Mercedes, the Ferraris, and the Williams, and I'm not sure about the rest. We might sort of be the 4th fastest team, or possibly even be behind Force India. I'm not 100% sure, but I think our goal for today is just to get a few points. Probably we'll be on the tail end of the points, hopefully. Get a few points for the championship, and hopefully get on equal terms with our teammate Daniel Ricciardo. Without further ado, let's jump into qualifying here in Italy. Come on, this has been a really good lap. Out of Parabolica, up to the line. A 1:23.4. Oh my. That's half a second quicker than what I did in practice on options. And I thought that was a good lap back then. Well, I'm going to go sit in the garage for the rest of this qualifying session, I reckon. Oh my god. After all that, I was talking us down, saying we're going to do absolutely horrible here. And I chuck it on pole by 0.6 of a second. What the hell? That was an almighty lap. Oh wow, 0.6 of a second and we get pole position. Wow, oh wow, but how long is that going to last? A very long run into turn 1. We don't get a good run off. We don't normally get a good launch off the line with a lot of wheel spin. I wonder what position we'll be in come the end of lap 1. It's going to be difficult to stay in front, especially with the Renault engine. In the racing situations, we're going to be screwed. We're going to be getting past so often, and it's going to be really difficult to get back past, but we clearly have the 1-lap pace. So, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see how the race plays out. We might have to use our strategy to our advantage and try and get in some clean air and make the most of that 1-lap pace we have, because I don't think we're going to be that competitive in racing situation with our lack of straight line speed. So it's going to be interesting how the race goes, but let's find out. Let's jump into the Italian Grand Prix. Okay, here we are on the front row of the grid on pole position in Monza. Our second race as a Red Bull driver, and we get pole position, but how long is that going to last? The Renault engine is going to make it difficult for us with all the straights here in Monza, but we clearly have the pace, the 1-lap pace, so like I just said earlier, we might have to try and use the strategy to our advantage. Let's have a look what the strategy is. It's going to be a 1-stop. The strategy might not be of use to us there. It looks like a 1-stop strategy, pitting about lap 12 or 13 for primes and going to the end for the 27-lap Italian Grand Prix. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Here we go. Only the lights in front of us, 5 of them. Lights out and away we go. And we don't get the best start, but I've had much worse on F1 2015. We've already lost out to Rosberg and a Williams by the looks of things. There's some lockups ahead. There's no one on my inside, so we've lost 2 places already after the first corner, which isn't ideal, but it could have been a lot worse in truth. We just need to try and get back past them. We get a much better run through Ascari than Felipe Massa in the slipstream. We pull alongside him. We should be able to make the move stick into Parabolica. Yes, we can. Up into second place. But he's probably going to get us back down the pit straight here, as Rosberg sets the fastest lap of the race and is getting away from us. And here comes Felipe Massa, like I just said, and there he goes. Really not much we could do about him there. Can we look around his outside? No, we can't. I wanted to try and switch back him a bit there, but didn't really work. And he's got back past us. Dare we move up the inside of the Lesmo? No, we don't. We got a much better run through the second chicane. We just weren't quite close enough to get a move into Lesmo 1, as we get a much better run through Lesmo 2 with the DRS. It's not really helping. Yes, it is now. We look to the inside of the Ascari chicane and make the move stick on Felipe Massa. Now, hopefully he can't come back at us. No, he's fallen a fair way back, so I think we've got him off our back. And now we need to hunt down Nico Rosberg. End of lap 7, and Nico Rosberg peels into the pit lane. I think I might have to cover him and pit on the next lap. I probably should have pitted then, but I don't think the team would have been ready for me. So I'm going to pit at the end of this lap, I think. And I'm going to go on to some primes, I reckon. Okay, the end of lap 8, and into the pits we go. Covering off Nico Rosberg, who pitted the lap earlier, which surprised me considering the original race strategy according to the team was a one-stop, pitting around lap 12 or 13 or something. We're actually pitted end of lap 8, and he pitted the end of lap 7, so we're obviously on alternate strategies, going for a 2-stop. As I lose the freaking back end coming out of the pit lane, as I wasn't paying enough attention, just had my foot flat on the pedal, which is never a good idea coming out of the pits. But I think I saw Rosberg ahead of us, which doesn't surprise me whatsoever. But this is going to be a longer stint for us on the primes, and then we'll have a dash to the end on the options. Well, that's the plan, at least, assuming the tyre life allows us. I was pushing quite hard, and those tyres were coming to the end of their life, and I was considering a stop before Rosberg even pitted. So it'll be interesting how the strategy plays out. But I think the AI normally only do the prime stint at the very end of the race. So I'm assuming he's probably on options now. So we're on a bit of an alternate strategy to him. Although I think we're on the same stop strategy, if you know what I mean. No, we've got Lewis Hamilton all over our gearbox. And there he goes. Right around our outside. Absolutely nothing we could do to defend there. But to be honest, I'm not going to get into a fight with him. I'm on my prime stint. I just want to make these tyres last. Getting into a battle is the last thing I want to do right now. Get a much better run off the second Lesmo. DRS. He's got a Renault engine as well, so he should be able to make it around the outside with the aid of DRS. Come on. He's backed out of it on the inside. Wisely there, and we're up a place. Okay, Hamilton's in the pit lane, the end of lap 15. I'm guessing Rosberg is probably going to pit at the end of the next lap, and it looks like Bottas, who was catching me, has also pitted. So they're all the option runners on their second stop, and they'll be going on to the primes to the end. Whereas we're on the primes now, we can go. I'm going to aim to go to about lap 21 and pit for options, and then go to the end from there. So we're going to be a lot quicker in that final stint. We're going for short-term pain here. Hopefully for long-term gain. Rosberg is in the pits, and we're going to take the lead of this race. Now, I don't know when I want to come in for the options. Maybe lap 19, 20, or 21. Any of those laps. We'll see how bad the tyre wear is on these primes. But we're going to be a lot quicker in that final stint. I have to keep telling myself that, because we were quite slow in this stint compared to them, but we're going to be a lot quicker in that final one. Hopefully we can come back and get the win. We had to try something a little bit different on the strategy, I think. So that's what I've done. Hopefully it pays off. Okay, into the pits we come at the end. What the? Hacks enabled. I've got hacks, apparently. I don't know what the hell happened there. But the end of lap 19, the start of lap 20, we come into the pits to fit some option tyres, and we have dropped down to second. Is Hamilton going to get us? There goes Hamilton, but we're going to be a lot quicker. We've got 7 or 8 laps or something till the end. We're going to go on the options. Both the Mercedes are on primes, and we know from qualifying in my early race pace that I am actually quicker than them. Quicker tyre, quicker driver. Let's go. Can we hunt them down and win this race? What is going on here? There's cars all over the track. I can't tell what's happening. Oh my god, Rosberg has had an incident and they're both directly in front of me now. Hamilton's taken the lead and I'm right behind them on the quicker tyre. I could win this race. I could genuinely win this. I'm not sure what happened, but Rosberg got tangled up with back markers by the looks of things, as now he makes a move on Lewis Hamilton into Parabolica. We've got a 3-way scrap for the lead and 3 laps remaining. Rosberg is going for a move on Lewis Hamilton as we head down the pit straight here. And they go side by side through the first chicane. I lose the back end a little bit there. Side by side through Curva Grande, and Rosberg makes the move stick. We have a much better run through the Lesmos than Lewis Hamilton. We make a little bit of contact with Lewis, and he's got DRS off Nico, and there's nothing we can do. As he goes for a move into the Ascari chicane on Rosberg, and I've had to brake there. As they go side by side through Ascari, he tries to squeeze Nico out, and we're right on the back of him, and he makes the move stick, but Nico's now coming back at Lewis as we head down to Parabolica. We've got an almighty scrap on our hands, and we're just watching at the moment because our Renault engine isn't quite good enough to get us involved. We're right there. We are so close to them, but it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to make a move. And we make a little bit of contact with Hamilton as they both broke quite early for the first chicane. But they're running side by side again through Curva Grande. Rosberg on the inside, Hamilton on the outside, and they're still side by side as we head down to the second chicane. Oh no, don't tell me we're about to go 3 wide into the first Lesmo. No, we're not. They're going side by side through the Lesmos. They're not going to go side by side through the second Lesmo. Yes, they are. And Hamilton's had a shocker of an exit. We're side by side with Lewis Hamilton now. And we cannot make it stick. He has the straight line advantage. And now he's going for a move on his teammate into the Ascari chicane. We're going to try and look for an advantage, but they hold me up. I had nowhere to go there. It's the penultimate lap. We've got 1 more lap after this. I feel like I'm not going to be able to get it done. As they're going side by side in Parabolica. We try and get a superior drive out of Parabolica, but our engine just isn't good enough, and we're down on fuel as well. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this. It's the last lap. We're down on fuel. We have a Renault engine, but we are battling for the lead. We are still in this battle. Nico Rosberg's making a move on Lewis Hamilton into this Ascari chicane. It is the very last lap of the race, and we make the move stick. We make the most of them battling. But can we hold it? Can we hold this? Can we do it? I don't think we can. I just don't think we can. They're right behind us. We come out of Parabolica in the lead, but will we be in the lead as we cross the line? He's gaining. He's gaining. We do it. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my god, we did it. We fucking did it. They were battling through Ascari. and we just capitalized. We were right on the curb. We just had a tire on the track, I think, just a little bit of it, enough of the tire to make that a legal move. And we just held on. We were in lean mix for that last lap. I thought we were going to run out of fuel coming out of Parabolica, or we were just going to get taken because we're in lean mix. Oh, we did it. Yes, we converted pole position into a race win. And we won in a Red Bull at Monza. Oh my god, that was a great battle right at the end there. We managed to come out on top by 0.2 of a second from Lewis Hamilton. Our teammate finished down in 5th. Oh my, that strategy sort of worked. I was a bit hesitant as we weren't really catching them. I didn't think we were catching them enough in that final stint on the options. And then Rosberg had some sort of coming together with some back markers coming out of the second Lesmo. That held Hamilton up as well, and that set us up for a brilliant three-way fight. Well, most of it was a two-way fight for the last 5 or so laps here in Monza. That was absolutely crazy. But an opportunistic move at the Ascari chicane on the last lap, and we managed to win the race. Oh my. We freaking won the Italian Grand Prix from Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg rounding out the podium. Then 4th place was Valtteri Bottas. Then our teammate Daniel Ricciardo, so we're back on even terms with Daniel Ricciardo. We both have a race each in the teammate battle. Then it's Kimi Raikkonen, Fernando Alonso, Felipe Massa, and then you got both Force Indias in the points. Then outside the points we have Daniel Kvyat, Kevin Magnussen, John-Eric Verne, Esteban Gutierrez, Adrian Sutil, Pastor Maldonado, Max Chilton, Romain Grosjean, Kamui Kobayashi, Marcus Ericsson, and Jules Bianchi and Jenson Button did not finish the race. What a freaking race. We did it. We freaking won. Get in. So Nico Rosberg retains the lead of the championship with 201 points. Lewis Hamilton is in second with 192, and our teammate Daniel Ricciardo is in third with 140. We are down in 8th with 106 points, tied with Fernando Alonso. 1 point ahead of us is Kimi Raikkonen, 5 points ahead of us is Sebastian Vettel. And then you got the two Williams tied on points at 117 each, only 11 points in front of us. So I think realistically we could possibly get 4th in the championship if we get a few good results in the rest of the season. If we have a look at the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes are just running away with the championship, 100 points over second place, which is us, Red Bull Racing with 286, and then Williams are in third, beating Ferrari by 21 points. Then you got Toro Rosso, McLaren, Force India, Sauber, Lotus, Marussia, and Caterham, and surprisingly enough, every team has scored points, even Marussia and Caterham this season. But that is all for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Yes! Yes, 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 yes.